Good morning. Today we are going to learn one of the very important feature of object-oriented programming, which is inheritance. So this class is dedicated for inheritance. In this session, I will be giving the idea of what is inheritance, why we use inheritance, the different types of inheritance, and the basic syntax in order to apply the concept of inheritance in writing the programs. And if a program is given where a programmer has applied the concept of inheritance, then you can understand, you can figure out the logic of inherit of the program, and you can explain how and which type of inheritance is applied has been applied by a programmer in the program. So what is the learning outcome of this session, because it is very important to know the learning outcome, because as a student it is expected that at the end of this session you should know these things. So I have listed all in all four learning outcomes. So first learning outcomes clearly says that define and understanding inheritance with its types. So at the end of the session, you will be in a position to define what is inheritance. You can explain what are the benefits of inheritance with its types. The basic syntax, the general syntax of applying inheritance. So at the end of the session, you will be knowing the general syntax of applying inheritance, writing the program by applying different types of inheritance, and using the standard syntax. You can analyze the program if a program is given to you where the concept of inheritance has been applied by the programmer. So you can figure out the logic in order to enhance the program. So before proceeding, let us have a quick recap of the previous lectures, what we have done. So in the previous classes, we had discussion on various features of object-oriented programming, such as class, data binding, polymorphism, encapsulation, and many more. As far as the concept of inheritance is concerned, so in order to understand inheritance, you should know the basic notation one can use for representing a class, because class will play a very important role in inheritance. So this is the standard notation of a class. This notation I have designed using a standard, using a software called as Star UML, which is open source. You can download and you can design not only this type of class template, you can even design other diagrams, other UML diagrams. So in this notation, class notation, you can see there are three sections. It is divided into three sections. The first one, the topmost, is given for the class name. So here, whatever class, suppose you want to create a class for a student, so a student will come over here. Suppose you want to create a class for bank manager, so bank manager will come over here, and according to that, according to the class name, we will set the attributes name, that is the data that is required for writing the program. So here, as an example, I have taken three attributes, three data type. First one is attribute 1, attribute 2, and attribute 3. I have not chosen a specific data type for these attributes, because it always depends on programmer or the problem statements to set the data type. Each of these attributes are prefixed by some notation, that is like first one is prefixed by plus, second one is by dash, and third one is by a hash. So these notation has a specific meaning. The first one, plus, indicates the attribute 1 is in public mode. This dash indicates attribute 2 is in private mode, and this hash indicates attribute 3 is in protected mode, because as I already explained in my previous class, a class contains three different types of mode: public, private, and protected. Similar to these, the bottom section of this notation is having two operations, operation 1 and operation 2. Again, I have not set any return type for these two operations, and the prefix indicates that these two operations are of public type. So I think this notation is clear to you all, and we will use this notation in order to understand the example which I have given for inheritance. Now, in order to start the concept of inheritance, I have given the first point for what is inheritance. Inheritance is the mechanism of deriving a new class from from an already existing class. Suppose you have created a class and you want to create another class where you want to use the data member and member function, that is the operations of the existing class for the new class. Then we can apply the concept of inheritance and we can use. I have given one example to make this point more clear. Suppose we have a class which is given over here. The name of the class is class 1. It has two attributes, attribute 1 and attribute 2, and two operations, operation 1 and operation 2. These terms are of given in public mode of the class 1, and we want to create another class, let's say class 2, and this class 2 is having one attribute, attribute 3, and operation 3. But at the same time we are interested in using any attribute or operation of class 1 for class 2. Then using the concept of this inheritance we can do this. And here this arrow is an association between class 1 and class 2. This is called as generalization, and this indicates the inheritance is there. Inheritance is between class 1 and class 2, that is class 2 want to acquire the property of class 1. uh, so I hope this point 1 is clear, that is mechanism of deriving a new class from an already existing class. Now the point second and third clearly says that what we will call as a first class and what is the name of the second class. So the class which we are deriving, that is the new class where we are using the property of existing class, can be called as derived class or subclass, whereas already existing class can be called as or known as parent class or superclass. So here this class can be called as superclass or parent class, and that is class 2 can be called as derived class or child class. The third point says that allows the object of one class to acquire the property of another property of of object of another class. This means that suppose we have in this example I have two classes, class 1 and class 2. So class object of class 2 can acquire the property of class 1. That is, using the object of class 2 we can access the operation and the data of class 1. So I hope these points are now clear to you all. Moving to the next slide, here I have given a detailed example with the help of one function. And here I have taken two classes. One is super and another one is subclass. Superclass is the parent class, whereas the subclass is the child class or derived class. And the purpose of this example is, here I have one function in superclass. The name of the function is super underscore hello, and the return type I have taken as a void. This function is given in public mode of a superclass, and we are interested in using this function for the class sub. So in order to do this, using the object of this class, that is class sub, we can access this operation, this function, if we will apply the concept of inheritance. And here, since you can see that we have only one parent class and only one child class, so this type of inheritance can be called as single level inheritance. Now, this slide will give you the idea of the purpose of applying inheritance. So, the first point says that this provides code reusability. You can see in the example that the purpose of this function is to display a hello message, and same thing we want to achieve in this class with the help of class sub. So by using the object, by declaring the object of superclass, we can acquire this feature which is given with class super. So it helps in acquiring the features of other class without writing the code. So so using this point, we can justify that this concept of inheritance supports in code reusability. So without writing the code again and again, we can reuse the code if we are using inheritance. The second point is saying that classes can be arranged into hierarchy. When we will deal with real life software development, then we have not only deal with one class or two class. We have to deal with more than 7 or 8 classes. So there we need to maintain a proper hierarchy in order to understand the functionality of different classes or the role of different classes in writing the program. So at that time, this feature will help us in maintaining the hierarchy, and this relationship, that is this notation, this triangle towards the parent class can be called as generalization between superclass and subclass. Now, this slide is given to make you understand the type of inheritance. So, looking at the diagram, we can see that there are all in all 5 types of inheritance, starting from single level inheritance to hybrid. In case of single level inheritance, as I already explained, there will be only one parent class and only one child class will be there in case of single level inheritance. In case of multi-level inheritance, the situation will get changed. Here we will have two parent classes which will derive only one class. In case of in case of in case of multi-level inheritance, the level will get increased. Here we have one parent class, one child class. If we want to derive another class from this subclass, then the level will get increased. The class will come over here, and then we will have two level. One level is between this class and the child class, and then this child class will become the parent class for the new derived class. In case of multiple inheritance, multiple parent class will derive only one child class, um, whereas in case of hierarchical inheritance, one parent class will derive multiple child class, and hybrid inheritance will be combination of any two type of inheritance which we discussed here. The type of inheritance can also be explained with the help of mode given with the class. So here I have listed 3 types of inheritance. First one is depending on the mode. So first one is public, private. Second one is private. Third is protected. Uh, Here I have given the standard syntax of writing the inheritance in the program. So if we want to derive a class from already existing class, then what we can do, we can write the class, then the new class name, the class name which you want to create. For example, here we have a class sub, so sub will come there, and sub will come over here. Then we can set the mode like public, private, and protected. So in which mode we want to inherit the existing class. Then old class name, that is here we can write the super, that is the old class name, and then we can set the body of the new class, and we can write the main function where we can declare the object of this class in order to access the features of the already existing class. Here I have given one example of the diagram which I have shown previously, that is this. And here you can see I have given one class named super, as I already shown in my in my example. Now I have one function in this class. The return type is void, and the purpose of this function is to display a message hello from show of super, and the intention is to use this function in the new class, that is this class sub. So what we have done here is we are applying this syntax. So you can see here class, class is over here, new class name, the new class name is sub, then a colon, then mode, colon, then mode is public, we have taken here, and then old class name. In this example, the old class name is super, so we are writing a super immediately after the mode. Since we are interested in accessing this function which is given in public mode of superclass, so no need to write the same function again because we are applying inheritance. So we can reuse these codes, which so we have seen. I have already explained that reusability, inheritance supports reusability. So no need to write the function again for this class. Then in the, so here I have shown with the help of this diagrammatical thing what we are actually doing in this program. Then in the main function, we can declare the object of the new class. New class is sub. So O1 is the object of this new class, and using this object, we are acquiring the feature of the old class, that is class super. Here I have given the detailed explanation of what I explained, which this explanation will help you in understanding the example. Now, this is another example which I have taken. So here you can see this is multiple, here this example explains the concept of multiple inheritance. You can see that there are two parent class base and exponent, and these two parent classes are deriving only one child class, which is power, and this class base is having one data which is BA of integer type, which is given in protected section. This class exponent is again having only one data, which is exponent. It is also in protected section of the class. These two classes is having two functions. First one is input underscore base. The return type is void, which is given in base, and show underscore base. Similar to these two function, exponent class supports the same function for exponent. And here in this child class is interested in acquiring these two function for getting the result. So here I have given the first class. So using this diagram, which is already given here also, you can see that this is the name of the class. The data member is given in the protected section. Then the first method, which is input underscore base, is given. The return type is void, so I have taken void. This will accept a number which is BA, and void show will display what BA is. And this is the second parent class. Again, I have given the diagrammatical representation for this in order to make you understand what is given in this class. So here the data member exp is given in protected section, you can see here, and both the methods are given in public section. Now this is the derived class power. The name of the class is shown here. We are interested in public mode, so here we have taken public for the first class and public for the second class. So the purpose of giving this example is to make you understand how you can apply the concept of multiple inheritance when you are writing a program. So if you have two classes which you want to consider as a parent class, so by using a comma you can separate the parent class. So suppose you have another class, let's say class third, so and you want to access the third class in protected mode or private mode. So by using comma and private and the name of the class, you can access the feature in protected or private mode. So here I have given the data member. So by default, this data member will be private. You can see here dash is given, so it is given in private mode. We have given a method void input. It is in public mode, so it is in public mode. We are interested in accessing base and exponent, these two methods, which is given in base class and exponent class in this. So we are simply calling these two methods in the input function, and similar to this we are calling a show function of parent class in void show of the child class, and then we are calculating the power of the number. And then here is the main function given. In the main function you can see that the name of the child class is power, so we are simply declaring a object o1 of power class, and using this object we are accessing the method input, which is given here, and show, which is given. Both the functions are given in the power class, but the interesting thing is this input function is calling input underscore base and input underscore exponent. So as soon as the control will reach here, immediately control will move in the body of the base class in order to get the value for the base, and after getting the value the control will move to the input underscore exponent, and then control will move to the exponent class in order to get the value of exponent, and then these similar to these two function, the control will move for show underscore base for the base, then the control will move to the base class, and as soon as the control will read show underscore exponent, then it will reach to exponent in order to show the value for exponent, and then the calculation, rest of the calculation will be done in the child class, that is child class is power. So using these two function, we can by calling these two function with the help of object, we can get the result. So here the base is 5, exponent is 3. So base is 5, 3. These two things we are getting from the parent class, that is base and exponent, and the power calculation of power is given in this child class. So at the end we are getting the result. Same explanation is given here, and this is the last slide of this session. Here I have listed the conclusion of the session. So in this session, I have mainly covered what is inheritance and its benefit, different types of inheritance. So we discussed the 5 different types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Thereafter, we discussed the general syntax for writing for writing the inheritance in a programming in a program, and at the end I explained how one can figure out the logic if a programmer has applied the concept of inheritance. So this session will also help you in understanding and analyzing the program. Thank you very much.